I honestly don't know where to start. This is the beginning of my first trimester vlog, which just sounds ridiculous of me saying it. Don't it, Copes? You gonna be a big brother? Obviously this will be very far back from when you'll be watching. Today is Tuesday the 17th of January 2023, and we found out I was pregnant on Sunday. And the weird thing is, guys, we found out we were pregnant on the day we went for our first wedding viewing. So it just seems so surreal, guys, like that a couple of days ago we found out we were pregnant and we were actually like going to see our first wedding venue. It's just crazy. I thought I'd start the vlog because I thought I want to look back on memories and like I want to tell you all about my symptoms. This would be like a whole vlog from all over my first trimester. Like this is the very, very, very beginning. This is like, I'm only 4 weeks pregnant. Which is just so weird to say that I'm 4 weeks pregnant. Very early days, guys, very, very, very early days. So obviously this is gonna be just clips here and there of my first trimester, which is just crazy. I cannot fucking believe it. My mind is just blown. I thought I would run through a few of my symptoms that I've had that told me, which makes so much sense now as to why I've had these symptoms and now that I'm pregnant. And guys, I knew I was pregnant before I even done the pregnancy test. So I just had I've had an inkling, I've had a feeling that I was pregnant. And Jane always says I'm so weird for me saying that, but I just knew, which is why I took the pregnancy test. I'm gonna go through a few of my symptoms, my first ever symptoms. I've been making little notes on my phone because I thought it was so good to look back on and think, like that happened at 4 weeks, that happened at 6 weeks, etc. But of so many 4 weeks at the minute. So these are like the first very few symptoms I've had. Well, very few, I've literally got like a whole list on my phone. Starting off, a few days before I found out I was pregnant, I got some like really weird lower pain, I can't speak. This is another pregnancy symptom, guys. Like my words just doesn't want to come out my mouth. Like Jane literally says I got baby brain already, but my speech just doesn't want to come together. I just like jumble words up, so some things might not make sense. But anyway, the first one is weird pains in my lower belly and my back. It just felt like period cramps, but it was like shooting pains, which just sounds so weird. If you're a girl you would know. But yeah, they were like my first ever symptoms. Another one I had was insomnia. I have just like, I woke up the other morning like 8:30, and I'm not an early bird. Like I'm not a morning person at all. Like even though I work and I like wake up at 5:30 in the morning, like I just feel like so groggy when I wake up. It's horrible. But I woke up 8:30 on the weekend and I literally couldn't sleep. Like, and sometimes in the night I'll just wake up like and I'm just wide awake and I like have to force myself back to sleep. Like it's just not good. And weird dreams, like my dreams have been so vivid and clear. Like I'm like, oh my god, that happened in my dream and I remember it. Like usually dreams are like one of those things when you're like, oh, bits of it, you can remember bits of it, but I can literally remember my dreams like so clear. Another thing, like I said, this might be a coincidence that I'm pregnant, but to be honest, it's nothing new for me. Like I always need a wee anyway. Like not being pregnant, I always need a wee. Like every time I go on holiday with Jane's family, they're like, Megan needs a wee again. Like I always need a wee, even if I'm not drinking loads. Like my bladder must be like this big because I always need a wee. Next one, which made it so clear for me that I was pregnant, because I don't really have like bad skin. Only since me coming off the pill, I might have like the odd breakout near my period, but this time I've been getting so many spots, and I mean like big spots on the sides of my cheeks here, which is just such a random place to get spots. Like normally it's like on your forehead or on your chin, which I have been getting as well, but mainly like on my cheeks. My skin now is not great. I've just put a bit of fake tan on because I literally look like death. So I just put fake tan on for this video. So if you see like I have a patchy neck, it's because I've just literally whipped it on. Another thing is headaches. I don't know if it's because I've been so tired recently, but I've just been getting like really bad headaches to the point where I just want to go to sleep. And I do think it's because I also need my eyes tested. Once again, I don't know if it's a coincidence that I do know my eyes tested, and I don't know, the headache's just like all across my head. So that's another thing I've been getting. Another thing is my boobs. They're not actually sore at the minute. Sorry, I'm just gonna have a feel of my boobs. They're not actually sore, they just feel a bit tender, more tender than usual. Like I don't know, like when you like first come on your period, you're a bit like, oh, my boobs feel a bit weird, but they feel bigger. Like they just feel like more fuller. Like I'm not just, and my boobs are tiny, so I would notice that, but they just feel bigger to me. Like Jaden hasn't said they look bigger or anything, so I'm a bit taken back by that. But just feel like they feel bigger to me. They just feel like there's more there. Don't know how to explain it. It just sounds so weird me even talking about this stuff. I've been feeling a lot more gassy, just farting a bit more. I can't believe I'm even saying this on YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to include this in. That just sounds so weird me saying that, but yeah, gassy is another thing. And obviously these are like, I don't know if it's just because it's a coincidence. They're very weird things to be pregnant. They're not like clear, like I feel sick like most people do when they feel pregnant. Like most people say when they find out they're pregnant, they feel really nauseous, whereas I don't feel that at the minute. So I hope it stays that way. Like I said, it's very, very early days, so I don't know how often I'm going to update on this video. It's just so exciting, guys. I cannot believe I am pregnant. Cannot believe I'm sat down talking to you guys about this. This is going to be a long secret. You guys won't find out until March at the earliest. I don't know if I'll announce then or I might announce later. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I don't know how I'm going to keep this a secret for like 12 weeks. They say is the point that you should announce it to everyone, because that's the safe point. I know any pregnancy just isn't safe throughout the whole thing. Like, it's such a scary thing on its own, so let alone just announcing it 12 weeks. So I don't know, guys. It's all just a bit crazy, and I've always said to myself I want to document like as soon as I find out I'm pregnant. So I literally found out on Sunday. Today's Tuesday and I've already started this video, which just seems so surreal. So I'm so excited to bring you guys along this journey with us. Just seems so mad. Jade's not actually here. I'd love to get him into the intro of this video, but he's not here. He's at work. It's only 1:10 in the afternoon, so I will update you on my next clip whenever that will be. So exciting. Today is Thursday the 19th of January 2023, and I'm about to take a pregnancy test. I'm like 95% sure that I am pregnant because I did this test this morning. So I have like loads of cheap tests at home, and this was the test that I took this morning, which definitely has 2 lines on it. They're not faint, it's there. These were the first tests I took, which are from Tesco, which are the Tesco own brand. Obviously they've faded a bit now, but oh my god, you can't really see. There is definitely 2 lines, well, not 2 lines, there's definitely a cross. Sorry, there's like loads of dog hair. There's definitely a cross on them. They were like the first ever ones I took, which was on Sunday the 15th of January. So now I've just been to the shop and I picked up the clear blue digital tests, and I am so nervous. I know it's going to show pregnant, but I don't know which date. I don't really know, and I hope it's like 2 to 3 weeks, because let me work out. I can't get into it. Oh my god, I hate using these things. These just make me scared. And now the dog thinks it's a toy. Dip in the wee for 20 seconds. So I saved my wee from this morning, because I know your morning wee is meant to be the best wee. 20 seconds is done. Oh, there's a big drip of wee. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous, Scooby. I'm so nervous. I forgot to mention, Jaden does know about these tests. He knows that they're all positive, but for a boy just to see 2 lines, is very just weird. So I'm taking a digital one. Okay, it says pregnant. It does say pregnant on there, but does it say how many weeks? It says pregnant. Come on, why is it taking so long? I just want to see. Yeah, 1 to 2 weeks. So it's still so early. 1 to 2 weeks pregnant, Chloe. 1 to 2 weeks. Oh my god, guys. It's our baby. It's our baby. It's our baby. This is not the pregnancy test reaction that you guys probably wanted. Not what I wanted, because I took the test off camera and I was like, well, but I had a feeling. I just knew I was pregnant for some reason. I just had a feeling. Say bye to the vlog, Kobe. Huh? Look. Today is the day. Jaden's just looking down at the centre. We are going to our 6th week. That sounds so early, isn't it? 6-week scan, which is like extra early, but we wanted just to make sure everything was okay. What's the date today, Jaden? 28th, I think, or the 29th. It's a Sunday anyway, Sunday the 28th or 29th of January, and we are on our way to our 6-week scan, which I think by my dates I would be 6 weeks, but it might be earlier, it might be even later, I don't know, but I think it is roughly 6 weeks. If not, it'll be like 5 weeks and 5 days. Like, it's very early. And I am so nervous, guys. I actually cannot explain how nervous I am. Like, I actually couldn't even sleep last night because of how nervous I am. Like, I'm just so nervous because they're gonna have to do, well, I think they're gonna have to do an internal scan. Which just sounds horrible, and I'm just dreading it, which I know is like the least of your worries when it actually comes to pushing a baby out of you. But I don't know, I just feel a bit iffy about it. Hopefully they might just try and do a belly scan first. I will probably update you maybe after the scan. Maybe it's twins. Who knows? And me and Jaden both got twins on both sides of our family, so it could be a possibility, guys. And I really, obviously it'd be lovely if we had twins, but at the same time, like, scary having one child, let alone two. Innit? 2 babies. It could be more. It could be quads. Quadruplets.
Good luck to you.
Good luck to you, honey.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Push 4 babies out.
Well, I won't be pushing 4 babies out. I'll be getting a C-section, honey. Exciting but nervous. I'm very nervous. Hello guys. Yesterday was the day we went for the scan. The outcome of the scan was very different to what we expected. Obviously we expected to see a pregnancy, which there is. I'm definitely pregnant, which she confirmed that. The baby is like non-existent at the minute. There's literally just like a gestational sac, I think they call it, and a yolk sac. I don't even know the names. Which is present, but she said it might just be a bit too early to see a fetal pole, they call it, so like a little baby. So there's no heartbeat or anything like that. So she's rearranged for us to go back in 2 weeks time and obviously have another scan and see that she's expecting to see a baby and a heartbeat. Fingers crossed for 2 weeks time. I'm just like dreading it. Like, I kind of wish that I didn't book this scan now because of that reason. Like, obviously I know I was booking it early and I thought it was 6 weeks, but she's saying like from my dates and what's on the screen, she obviously said just this gestational sac, she thinks I'm between 5 and 6 weeks, she thinks. So we'll see, I don't know. She said she's gonna give me a better estimate of when we go back for a rescan. I'll do a little story time of when we were actually in the little room. So we got there, it was really nice. The place we went to was called Imaginator in Brislington in Bristol. Yeah, it was a lovely place. We went in, they made you feel really welcome. You sit down, you fill out this like form, like a consent form, sign your details off. So that was that. And then they called us into a little room, and our sonographer, like the scanner lady, she was really, really nice and really welcoming. So she said, like, obviously because I was only meant to be dead on 6 weeks that day, obviously I said my dates could be a bit out because my period cycles are irregular. She'll try and do a like tummy scan first. If not, then she's gonna have to do like an internal scan, which I was preparing myself for. Like, I physically and mentally had to prepare myself for that internal scan, because obviously I know, I mentioned yesterday, like, I know it's the least of my worries when I literally have to be pushing a baby out, but for my first time having an internal scan, I was really worried, but it was fine. It was absolutely fine. Anyone having an internal scan, honestly, you don't feel anything. Yeah, so she'd done the tummy scan. She could see a small little sac, which is what they look for on the screen. And she said, like, she needs to get a better view. So she said, can I go internally? And I said, just fine. So she done that. So as she was preparing for the internal scan, which was just not fun, Jaden was dying to laugh. Jaden's like the worst person to ever go in a scan room with, because I couldn't physically look at him because I know he was like dying to laugh, because she gets this big rod out. I mean, this rod's literally like massive, like this big, and then they only put like this much inside of you, but they put like a condom over it and some like squirty gel, and then they have to like insert it. So I was literally there like, what the fuck? My face was just staring at this massive pole like, oh my god, that's got to go inside me. But only like this much goes inside, so that's literally fine. So yeah, she inserts it, no problem at all. So she's looking at the sac. She's like, yeah, there's a sac there at the minute. Like, there's no baby inside of it yet, so we'll have to come back in a couple of weeks. Then, this is when it gets a bit complicated. She says, I'm going to just check your ovaries and make sure everything's okay in that area. And I said, yeah, lovely. So she checks my right ovary and she like gets me to like lift my hips up. She puts a pillow under my hips. She said, can you sit on your hands? Doing like aerobics on the fucking bed. So she's like, lift your hips up. So, and then she's like, can you press on your right ovary? And I was like, yeah, okay. So she's doing all that and she said that was okay. However, then on my left side, she's like, right, okay. Anyway, I'm looking at the screen as she's doing this. And on the screen was just this like big white thing. And I was thinking like, what the fuck is that? Obviously I was thinking like, maybe that's just my ovary, but the other one didn't look like that. So I was thinking like, what is that? Anyway, she's like, yeah, so you've got a cyst on your left ovary. And I was like, right, okay, like what does that mean? And she's like, so it's measuring at like 4.5 centimeters, which is quite big for a cyst, guys. Like 4.5 centimeters, it's like this big. I don't know about the width, but that is big. Like, I was looking at the like average measurements. I know Jaden literally has a go at me, like, because I literally googled my best friend, like, and they say like the average size of a cyst is between 3 and 5 centimeters. So hopefully it's within range, and I hope that they're not going to give me bloody surgery or something, because honestly I'm dreading it. So then I was like a bit like panicky, thinking like, oh my god, because I'll do like a whole separate video on like trying to conceive and god knows what else, but it took me and Jaden a while to fall pregnant. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this in a whole separate video, but yeah, it took us a while to get pregnant. And obviously getting pregnant, I was thinking like maybe that's the reason why it took us so long, is because I've got like a cyst on my ovary and then that could like affect fertility. I don't really understand it all, but I told her that and she said we can't guarantee that's the reason why it took you so long to get pregnant. It might just be one of those things like some women do, like especially coming off the pill. It could be a reason why it took me so long, but it just like, it first spanner in the works, guys. It's a bit like, right, okay. So they've made a referral. This is why they're so good. They made a referral to my GP. So I'm awaiting a call from my GP at some point, and they said they think it needs further assessing by a gynecologist. So my auntie Rachel, she had a cyst on her ovary, on her left ovary as well. So like we're very similar. So I rang her up straight away and I was just like, what do they do? Like when you're pregnant, like do they do anything? She said, no, they literally just like send you in for like regular scans just to check that everything's okay, check that it's not growing. And yeah, they just see how it goes. Obviously mine's a bit bigger than what hers was. Hers was like 3 centimeters and mine's like 4.5, like almost 5 centimeters. So I'm panicking and I'm the worst person ever. I said to Jaden, like, it has to be me, because I just panic about everything, like literally everything, which is why we booked this 6-week scan, was because I just panic. Like I just worry so much and I just feel like it gave me peace of mind. However, I don't think it has given me peace of mind. If anything, it's just made me worse, because now I'm thinking like, oh my god, like I thought it was 6 weeks, there's no baby in there yet. Like, I honestly don't know, guys. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a little sit down and run through that whole appointment, because obviously I was very excited yesterday before I went in there. I'm nervous obviously because of the internal scan, but honestly that was nothing to worry about. I don't know why I was being so silly. She was like, do you not feel bloated? And then I was like, well yeah, but I am pregnant, so I just thought it's due to pregnancy. That's like one of the main pregnancy symptoms I've had, is like bloated. And then she was like, oh, okay, any other symptoms you have? And I was like, well, I have a few cramps. She was like, cramping? And I was like, is that not normal? Like, I was honestly panicking so much. But she was like, the cramping, because I said sometimes I get some shooting pains, which I've read up are normal as well. But she said that might be because of the cyst, because it is quite big. So I'm going to show you my belly, because I don't know if this is bloated. Obviously, I've eaten breakfast this morning. Like, I don't think it's that bloated. Obviously, this is my left side. Do you guys think that's bloat? I don't know. I honestly do not know. Maybe it is really bloated, but if I breathe out, this is me breathing. This is me breathing out, so maybe it is bloated. I don't know. I'm just panicking, guys. I'm just overthinking everything and I just don't know what to do. I just thought I'd document it, because that was just a bit of a whirlwind yesterday. Like my head was just a bit like, what? Who knows, guys? Like, fingers crossed this bloody cyst doesn't affect me throughout this pregnancy. I really hope not anyway, because I was looking up on TikTok and there's videos of women having to get it removed while pregnant, and honestly I don't think I could put myself through that. I would actually just say like, no, I'm gonna wait, because I think Rachel's actually ended up bursting when she was pregnant with Heston anyway, because obviously the baby was getting so big, it's probably just putting pressure on it. So to be honest, I hope mine does, because I don't think I could go through the pain of like going through surgery, having the anxiety of like, what if it affects the baby and what if it affects me. Like, I just don't want to go through surgery, guys. Like, I know it sounds so bad me being like a nurse, and the thought of going through surgery actually gives me like anxiety. So yeah. So yeah, that was my update of my scan yesterday. Obviously I'll keep you updated. This is like a bit of a whirlwind of like the beginning of the first trimester. There might have to be like 2 parts to the first trimester vlog because I feel like it's going to be so long already. I've started editing it and it's already like 10 minutes. So yeah. I will see you again in the next clip. Hello guys, I am at my first midwife appointment, which is like really scary. It is the date today. It's the 23rd of February 2023 and I'm at my first midwife appointment. I'm so scared guys. I have been feeling like absolute crap. Like I haven't been to work in about a month, hence why I haven't even vlogged for so long. Everything just makes me feel sick. I just feel like so vile all the time. It's actually unbelievable. Like I never knew pregnancy could be this bad. Honestly, I know people say like you get morning sickness and all this, like I've just had the worst of it. I look so tired because I actually am tired. Like even though I slept so long, I just feel like I'm tired all the time. So that's the little update. I will obviously do like a whole separate vlog, a whole separate clip and do like a more in-depth update of how I've been feeling. But to be honest, I've just been feeling like shit. So we'll speak to my midwife and see what she thinks. I'm on all these sort of like anti-sickness tablets and some of them work, some of them don't, so we will see. This place where I am right now, there's literally nowhere to park. I'm parked on like double yellows on this, like on outside the car park, because there's literally nowhere. I've driven around side streets, nowhere to park, and I went to drive into the doctor's, but there's nowhere to park. So I'm literally just sat like outside the car park, just parked on some double yellows because other cars have done it, so I just thought, what difference is it if I do it? But anyway, I'm going to head into my appointment now and I will update you when I get out, and I'm hoping today will be the day I will get my yellow book, which will make things feel like so much more real. Like it just feels like crazy because today guys, let's have a look on my app. Oh my god, I haven't updated you. Like we had the scan. Oh my god, this is what I mean, I need to do a whole new clip. 8 weeks and 5 days. So yeah, let's head into the midwife appointment. Hi guys, ignore the state of me. I have been feeling like this for the last I don't even know how many weeks. Like honestly, I've given up. Like I've literally just lost count in how many weeks I've been at home. I've not been at work, which is why there's a lack of YouTube videos. There's literally like no YouTube videos since January. There has been no Instagram posts. I've literally been like non-existent on this planet for like since January, since the last clip you would have seen. I think I've got like a few random clips of when we went for our first scan, and I haven't even updated you from what came out of that scan, and I haven't updated you since my first midwife appointment, and I feel so crap that I haven't even updated you on it because I've just been feeling like this for like, I don't even know, like I think the last clips I was like 5-6 weeks pregnant, and now I'm like almost 12 weeks and I just feel like actual crap. Like I feel how I look, like I can't even explain it. Like I've been trying so many times. I've been signed off work now from the doctor because of my extreme nausea and sickness and just everything really. Like in general, like, I have just been crap. I did not think I was going to be one of those women that would be like really unwell when it came to being pregnant. Like my mum was so fine when it came to her being pregnant. She was just like no symptoms, like just extra hungry sometimes. Like no, honestly, this pregnancy, I can't even begin to explain like how I've been feeling. Like it just hit me at like 6 weeks. This just knocked me down like a ton of bricks, where I've just been feeling so crap. I literally cannot leave the house. And if you guys know me, like if I get an opportunity to leave the house, or if I get an opportunity to go to my mum's, or any opportunity to get out of the house, I am there. I am all for it because I like to make the most of my days off and like spend time with family, like meeting up with friends. And no guys, I have literally just been like this. And bless Jaden, I feel so sorry for Jaden. Like Jaden was like, Meg, I didn't realise like you feel this rough for the first couple of weeks. He's like, I thought it all like hit you at the end. I was like, no I can't explain the severity of my morning sick, well, it's not even morning sickness, it's like all day nausea, like to the point like I can't even smell certain foods. I don't fancy eating. I don't like eating anything, which is another reason why I can't go back to work. Because I said to my manager, like, if I was being sick and I was like, when I am sick, I feel fine after. So if I was just being sick, 100% I'd go to work because I can manage that because I'd feel fine straight after. It's the fact that feeling sick all day just wipes it out of you. Like, I mean, you physically just like, I can't do nothing. To the point where I literally just have to lie on the sofa and be like a sloth all day. And it's just like the most annoying thing because you're like thinking in your head like, I'm not normally like this, like I need to like get up and do things, and it's just so frustrating. Like in general, it's just so frustrating. So I haven't actually been to work since January. It's now March. It's like I don't even know what day it is, the 9th of March today, and I haven't been in work since January. And I feel so guilty, like every time I have to ring up, like I literally feel like crying on the phone. Obviously my manager knows the reasons why I've been off, and there's nothing we can really do about it because it's just how I feel. It just makes me feel so bad because I'm like, oh, I can go back to work. Like I get days where I feel like I have a boost of energy and I can manage to do things, like, and I'll ring my friend from work and I'll be like, I'm coming back tomorrow. Like I'm really excited to come back. Then that evening, it just hits me like a ton of bricks. Like, bitch, you ain't going back to work. Like, you are not going back to work yet. So this has been my life for the past, God knows how many weeks, since January. Like, over a month of feeling like this. And I really hope it's going to get better sometime soon because, obviously, I'm only 12 weeks. And, yeah. I literally don't even have the energy to go and get my camera. I had to vlog on my phone. I was meant to go back to work today and I had to call in yesterday and be like, I'm really sorry, but I ain't coming back. I am not coming back yet. Like, I don't know. I meant to have my 12-week scan next week on the 14th of March. And guys, it's just so exciting because on the 15th of March is mine and Jaden's 8-year anniversary. So we're either going to announce then or we're going to announce on that weekend at some point to people because it's been like, well, I wouldn't say a hard secret because obviously I've been at home like most of the time. But it's just been like one of those things that I would love to go and tell people like why I've not been at work. And obviously everyone's texting me from work being like, oh, I hope you're okay. Like, because no one knows why I'm off other than like the one person I've told at work. I'm really sorry this has turned into a big rant. Obviously I'm so grateful that I've even got this far in this pregnancy. And obviously I'm just so happy that we're even having a baby. Like, I can't explain it. But at the minute, this baby is making me feel like shit. It's not been fun. Like, everything makes me feel sick. My smell, even Jane said it, I don't know what it is. My mum came over, like, she's been coming over, like, helping me out because I can't even cook food for Jaden. So, sorry. So she's been coming over, bless her, and she'll, like, cook some meals. And she made, I can't remember what she made, but it was onions. And the house, I know onions linger in the house anyway, but the house fully stank of onions for, like, a week. And it was making me feel so sick. Like, our bedroom, like this room just smelt of onions. And I would have all the windows open in the house. And I'd be freezing cold. But the house just stank of onions. And I would say to Jaden, like, can you not smell it? Like, how do you not smell it? Like, it actually stinks in this house. I would have all the air fresheners didn't do anything. Febreze did not do nothing for the smell. It's just, I don't know what it is. Like, it just triggers you off. And then it makes you feel so sick, the smell of things. Like Jaden yesterday, bless him, like he bought a Domino's and I was like, oh, he really like to be fair, I'm not a massive fan of Domino's, but Jaden loves a Domino's and I was like, oh yeah, like you must just order a Domino's. He ordered me a whole medium pizza. I literally had like three pieces of pizza and I was sick everywhere. It's just not fun. I can't even swallow a paracetamol without feeling sick. I can't even take my tablets. I meant to be well, I do take folic acid every day, but the thought of taking that tablet, guys, what has life come to? I need to have a huge catch up with you guys because obviously I am now 12 weeks and I thought I was going to do a lot more vlogging than what I did. Poor Kobe has had to deal with me like this. There he is. I just feel so bad. And I actually can't believe I'm going to be like putting a clip of me on YouTube of me looking like this. But I said to myself I want to document my first trimester. So this is a whole clip of me. And it sums up my first trimester to you guys. Well, that zoomed in quite a lot. Guys, This is possibly the nicest I felt in about 6-7 weeks. Like, this is the most put together I've looked in about that long, and I hope it stays that way, because the last clip you would have seen was me in bed feeling like absolute crap, which was only like a couple of days ago. So yeah, I really don't want to jinx this of me feeling this way, but I thought I'd do a little catch up, because today, guys, is the day of my 12-week scan, and I believe I'm only like 11 weeks free, maybe 4 days, by going by my last scan, because me and Jane had a early scan, which I think you would have seen the clips of, and like I said, I need to have a catch up view. Yeah, we had an early scan going back a couple of weeks ago when I was about 7 weeks. Well, we went when we was 5 weeks, and they said like it was too early to actually see anything. You could only see like the yolk sac, and there was like not yet a baby in there, like, or it was too small to even see anything. So they said come back in 2 weeks time. So we had a scan at 7 weeks. That's when we got to see this scan, which I'm going to show you now, which I've printed out, and it's so amazing to see. So it'd be so nice to see today a difference of obviously 7 weeks to almost 12 weeks, which would be really nice. But my midwife said I'm actually like, I should be like over 12 weeks now, but going by on my scan, I'm going to do a whole video, guys, about my cycle and like trying to conceive and all of that stuff, because it's been one hell of a journey. So yeah, my cycles are a lot longer than normal women, so I don't think my midwife has got my dates quite right, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to show you the scan picture that we had at 7 weeks, because it's actually amazing, guys. Like, this is so mad. So this was at 7 weeks, and you can see here like the yolk sac and the little baby. Like, how mad is that? Like, we even heard the heartbeat at 7 weeks, and it was just amazing. It was just one of those things, it doesn't even seem real when you're there. It was just like so surreal, like seeing the heartbeat, seeing the baby, and it was just amazing. And I can't believe I even dragged myself to that, because that day I felt so sick, and it sounds so horrible me saying this, but the thought of knowing that something's inside you growing like makes you feel sick. And it really put me off. And I said, Jade, like, it sounds horrible, but like the thought of seeing it on the screen is going to make me feel sick. Like, I'm going to feel really like nauseous and horrible. It's been a rough couple of weeks, guys, like so rough. Like, I haven't been to work in so long, which I said in the last clip, when I was in bed like basically dying. So this is the nicest I've felt, and the best I've felt in about 6 weeks, 6-7 weeks. I don't even know how long I've been off work now. It's just been ridiculous. But I am planning on going back to work next week. I'm now on annual leave because it's mine and Jaden's anniversary tomorrow for 8 years. So I booked off like this weekend thinking maybe we could do something, which I don't think we are obviously doing anything, because we don't know how I'm gonna feel. So yeah, so today is our 12-week scan, and this is the one on the NHS. Yeah, so I had my gynecologist appointment, and to be honest, guys, it was a complete waste of time. So like, it was a big waste of time. I went there thinking I was gonna have another internal scan, like prepared myself, like thinking that they're gonna want to check on the baby, etc. Nothing. Literally went in there and she was like, right, okay, so she was like, yeah, she literally had the report on the screen which they got sent over from my scan, and she literally just read off the report. She didn't even check anything herself. She didn't even do a scan herself. She's like, oh, so do you know why you're here today? And she scared me when she said that. I was thinking like, oh my god, this was she telling me like it's really bad what I have. And then she was like, yeah, you have a dermoid cyst. So a cyst, guys, I thought a cyst is like, when you think of a cyst, you think of like disgusting stuff filled inside that cyst. And my auntie Rach, she had a cyst during her pregnancy, which they found when she was pregnant. Her cyst popped when she was obviously heavily pregnant. So I was hoping for that to happen to me, to be honest. I was thinking like, oh, it'll just pop, like when the baby gets bigger, like this cyst will just go. Anyway, so when I was in the appointment, I was like asking her loads of questions like, will this cyst pop? Like, will it just like go on its own? She was like, no. This cyst is like a cyst full of all types of cells, hair cells, nail cells. I don't even know what else she said, but all these different cells made this cyst, and it's like massive on my ovary. And she said it won't just pop because it's like a hard cyst. She's like, that's why we were surprised you didn't like fill it before, because it's like hard and it's just there. She said the only thing we need to keep an eye on is if this cyst might twist on itself. Like, the further you go along in pregnancy, it might move it and it might twist and it might cut off the circulation to your ovary. So when I heard that, I was like, great, this is like when I really panicked. But to be honest, I haven't really felt it. The only thing I have felt, like when I came out of that 5-week appointment, when I had my scan, my first scan, she told me I had the cyst, I started to like be more wary of it, and I felt more pain on that side, like more bloated on that side. But I said to my doctor, like, I don't know if that's just because like psychologically I like know it's there now, whereas before I didn't have a clue it was there. But the last couple of days, guys, I've been waking up in the night religiously for a wee. Literally, I wake up at like 2, 4, like, and then I wake up in the morning when Jin gets up for work, like 7 o'clock in the morning for a wee. And when my bladder is so full, like, it actually hurts so much on that side. So I think this cyst is going to cause me a bit of pain during this pregnancy. She did say that's normal, like, you will feel uncomfortable the bigger you get. So yeah, it's just one of those things, guys. And they said they won't do anything unless obviously the cyst twists. That is a mouthful to say, the cyst twists. So if it twists, then that's when they would have to consider like an operation to like untwist it, because they don't want me to lose my ovary. But they said, like, because I'm pregnant, obviously they didn't want to really do anything. And because of the size as well, they said even if I wasn't pregnant, they wouldn't actually do anything anyway. So that's more like reassuring to know. Guys, I'm sorry, I feel like I've just been rambling and throwing things at you. Like, I've just been like, bleh, word vomit. I am just really excited to see this 12-week scan today. They're going to be testing today for like Down syndrome, I think, and like Edwards syndrome. So I think they're going to do some blood tests. And guys, when I had my blood test at my midwife, she actually really hurt me. Like, it actually, like, I like jumped a bit when she put it in. And that sounds really bad coming from like a nurse myself. I was actually like, ow, that actually really hurt. So yeah, and I don't like anyone taking my blood. I literally like have to look away. Like, I'm happily poking a needle in someone else, but when it comes to me, I'm literally like, ugh, freaks me out. So yeah, I'll probably have to have my bloods taken today. I don't know if I'm gonna have to have a urine sample. I don't really know about that yet. And Jaden's gonna be coming with me. He finishes work soon because my appointment is at 10 to 3 and it's now 1 o'clock. I'll probably update you now once we come out of our 12-week scan. Ignore the state of me. I need to show you the pictures from the scan. It was so cute, honestly. You could see the baby's head. Sorry, this angle is not it, but you can see everything. It looks like an actual baby. The hand was moving, the legs were moving. Jaden did come, by the way, but it was late. He was meant to pick me up on the way home from work, but then he was running behind, so he basically just went straight there, and now he's had a call out, so he's had to go straight to this call out. But we were in there so much longer than we thought as well, because the guy at the desk didn't even check us in. Look, it actually looks like a real little baby compared to what I showed you earlier. Like, it went from this, went from that little dot right there to a full-on little baby, and it was so cute. Like that there, the baby's got their hand on their head. Gave us so many as well. We paid for 5 pictures. She gave us like 8 pictures. Like there you can see like the legs kicking. Oh my god, guys, I just can't believe it's real. Like, we are having a baby. I said to the lady, like, it's so weird, like, you can see it moving on the screen and everything, but like you can't feel it. She's like, yeah, you won't. But it's just mad, like, knowing that that's the baby inside of you. Like, it's crazy. And I said to the lady, like whatever it is, a boy or a girl, has got a big head. It's just mad. It's actually crazy. The whole experience is just mad, like, going there. And guys, I spoke too soon this morning, by the way, when I was speaking to you. I was sick today. That's why my makeup looks like shit, because my eyes were literally streaming as I was being sick on the toilet, which was not fun. But today's very busy as well, because we've got to take Kobe to the vets at 5:30, and obviously Jaden was meant to come with me, but now he's not. Jaden's sister's come with me because I physically can't hold Kobe on my own. So he's got to have an injection because we're trying to start him off at doggy daycare. So he's got to have an injection in his back. And last time he cried, it was so sad. So hopefully he'll be alright. That was the scan. It was just it was just an amazing experience. I just wanted to film a little clip here to show you the scan pictures. And I am measuring actually 11 weeks instead of 12 weeks, so like a little bit behind, but she said that's fine. Say hi!
Hey, don't touch that.
Grayson, look!
Grayson, look! Kiss the camera!
Look, Megan's gonna show you something. Look at this.
Baby! It's crazy because you can actually like see it.
I know, like compared to this picture, Rube.
I know, but Grayson didn't touch
To that. So I just need to make a quick side note. This is stains. I made chocolate cake with Grayson going back months ago in this jumper, and it's still just not come out, so I just wear it around the house. As you might be able to tell, I am very bunged up and unwell. I swear, I'm out of breath. I swear with this whole pregnancy journey so far, it's just been one thing after another, and I'm sure you guys are fed up with me rambling, because I have pretty much rambled and just like, I watched the video back yesterday, I was editing, and it is literally just me and word vomit coming out my mouth, and I repeat myself a lot in this video, which I might go back through and edit out, I might not. I just think it's real life. This was what my first trimester was like, and it might just seem like a lot of complaining, which it is, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel not that great still. I have my days where I feel good, like today I feel good. I've literally like put on makeup for the first time again in a while today. Some days I just literally look and feel like a sloth. Like literally I washed my hair last night for the first time in about 3 weeks, which is actually grim. I am almost now 14 weeks. I'm 14 weeks on Thursday. I am filming this on a Tuesday. Pregnancy sickness has not gone away. It has improved, not gone away completely. It's just got better. I'm not as sick as often, but like I said, I get days where I'm like really wiped out, and then some days I feel absolutely fine. So I think it's just one of these things that for me, it just might take me a while to get out of that stage from my first trimester, because guys, that was traumatic, and I'm glad to be leaving that era of my life and moving on. I really wanted to do an outro to this video because obviously it's been a long video. Even Jaden was watching it back last night like, oh my god Meg, this video is really long, and I was like, this is what people want to see. And it's not that, like, it's memories. Like I said so many times in this video, I've just wanted to capture what it's been like for me and just to remember all the fun times in my first trimester. If you enjoyed this video, then please smash a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and stay tuned for all the pregnancy content. I will see you again in my next video.